"Where are Gordon's special cars?" he asked her.
"Diesel took them, sir," huffed Emily.
"We must find him at once," boomed Sir Topham Hatt. And he climbed aboard Emily.
Diesel had hidden the cars in a siding, but he wasn't feeling well. Something was wrong. He started to slow down. Up ahead, Diesel saw Emily with Sir Topham Hatt.
"Now I'm in trouble," he moaned. "Diesel," said Sir Topham Hatt sternly, "where are Gordon's special cars?" "They're in a siding, sir," said Diesel quietly. "Take Emily there at once," ordered Sir Topham Hatt crossly. "Yes, sir," oiled Diesel.
Diesel showed Emily the cars in the siding. Emily could see black smoke coming from Diesel's engine. "What's wrong with your engine?" asked Emily.
"My engine's old," spluttered Diesel. "All that rushing around has worn it out."
"Then you shouldn't have taken the passenger cars," huffed Emily.
"And you should have listened to me,"
snapped Diesel. "Why should I listen to a smelly old Diesel?"
"Because Gordon's not the only one who set a record," oiled Diesel quietly. "I've set one too."
Emily was surprised. "Have you?" she wished, and this time she listened.
"I've shunted more freight cars in one day than any other Diesel," Diesel oiled.
And he spluttered sadly away. "Oh dear," said Emily sadly. "Diesel is just as special as Gordon." Emily raced to Knapford with Gordon's special cars. Now she wanted Diesel to feel special too. As she puffed into Knapford Station, Emily had an idea. She told Sir Topham Hatt all about Diesel's record and about her idea to make Diesel feel special. Sir Topham Hatt listened carefully.
"That's a very good idea, Emily," he said. "Tell Diesel to come here this afternoon."
Emily found Diesel. She told him he had to go to Knapford. Then Emily raced off to collect Diesel's surprise. Later at Knapford Station, Sir Topham Hatt presented Gordon with his special cars.
"Don't my passenger cars look splendid?" puffed Gordon proudly.
Everyone agreed. Just then, Emily puffed into the station. "And this new Diesel motor is for you, Diesel," chuffed Emily. Diesel was surprised.
"Whoa!"
"I'm sorry I didn't listen," said Emily. "Now I know that Diesels and Steamies are both special." Everyone cheered for Gordon and Diesel. Steamies and Diesels are different. And sometimes that means they like different things. Here are Thomas and Mavis. Thomas needs some more fuel to keep him puffing. What fuel does Thomas need? That's right, coal. Thomas is a steam engine, and steam engines run on coal. What about Mavis? Does she run on coal too? No, Mavis is a diesel engine, and diesel engines run on diesel oil. So Thomas likes coal, and Mavis likes diesel oil. When Thomas puffs into a tunnel, what does he do? That's right, he blows his whistle. Thomas is a steam engine, and steam engines have whistles. What about Mavis? Does she have a whistle? No, Mavis is a diesel engine, and diesel engines have horns. Thomas likes his whistle, and Mavis likes her horn. Thomas is shunting freight cars. Mavis is shunting freight cars too. Steamies and diesels may be different, but sometimes they both like the same things. When Henry thinks, he puffs out a cloud of steam. Look carefully at the shape the steam makes. Henry is thinking about one of his friends. Whose shape is this? This friend doesn't have a funnel. And what's that sticking out on either side? They're wings. Henry is thinking about Jeremy the jet plane. Now, Henry is thinking about something else. What shape is his steam making this time? It's another of Henry's friends. Whose shape is that? It's very tall and has something hanging down with a hook. Henry is thinking about Cranky the Crane. Now Henry is thinking about something else. What shape is his steam making now? Henry is thinking about something he has seen at the Scottish castle. It's almost square-shaped, and it flutters in the wind. That's right! Henry is thinking about the flag that flies on top of the Scottish castle. Well done, Henry. The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right. It's Knapford Station. Knapford is the biggest and busiest station on the island of Sodor. Visitors arrive and leave, and Sir Topham Hatt's office is there. It's where the engines want to look their best and show everyone how really useful they are. One day, Edward was sick. He couldn't puff. He thought he would be scrapped. So Thomas chuffed into Knapford Station, pulling Edward's train. He wanted to help his friend. Sir Topham Hatt was very surprised to see Thomas with Edward's freight cars. He wanted to see Edward right away. Later, Edward chuffed sadly and slowly into Knapford. He asked Sir Topham Hatt not to scrap him. Sir Topham Hatt told him he was a really useful engine. Edward was relieved. Knapford Station is also where special winter holiday celebrations take place. One winter, Thomas felt very proud. Sir Topham Hatt had asked him to deliver the toys to the new toy shop at Knapford. But on the day of the grand opening, there was trouble. Thomas wanted to collect the toys and the children. He was trying to do too much. Luckily, Henry was there to help his friend. Henry delivered the cars of toys to Knapford, and Thomas chuffed in with the children. The toy shop was a wonderful sight. The children cheered. But there was one engine for whom Knapford Station is a very special place, and that's Percy. A famous artist came to paint the spirit of Sodor. Percy showed the famous artist Knapford Station. The famous artist didn't like Knapford Station at all. This made Percy very cross. He wheezed a cloud of steam. It blew the famous artist's hat right off his head. Percy was very worried, but the famous artist was excited. He wanted to paint Percy. He told him he was the spirit of Sodor. There was a big party at Knapford Station for everyone to see Percy's painting for the first time. So that's why Knapford Station is very special for Percy. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Harold spends a lot of time flying over the island of Sodor. Sometimes he sees strange shapes below him. Can you guess what they are? This shape is long and thin. It has two flat arms sticking out on either side. And it's white. Can you guess what it is? It's Jeremy the jet plane. Jeremy is one of Harold's new friends. What other shapes can you see? This shape is a rectangle. It's black at the back, then red in the middle, and there's a gold circle. Can you guess what it is? Harold thinks it might be another one of his friends. Let's have a look. Yes, it's his friend James. The black at the back was the coal in his tender. The red was his boiler. The gold circle was his dome. Things look very different from up in the sky. But Harold knows what they are. See you soon, Harold. Thomas and the Colors. All the engines on Sodor enjoy pulling passenger cars. Taking passengers makes them feel proud and useful. Sir Topham Hatt had an important announcement to make.
Today is the day of the big football game, he boomed. The Sodor school team will play a team from the mainland.
All the engines were very excited.
Whoever finishes their jobs first will pull the Sodor team.
Last year, James had pulled the Sodor team. His passenger cars had been decorated with ribbons and flags. Everyone had cheered. This year, Thomas wanted to pull the Sodor team cars. He was going to try hard to finish his jobs first. Soon, Thomas's work was done. He was sure he had finished first, and he steamed proudly to the yards. But when he puffed into the yards, there was James. James had finished all his jobs first. "Cinders and ashes!" cried Thomas.
"Look, Thomas," huffed James proudly. "Don't these flags look wonderful on me?"
Thomas was upset. "But you pulled the team cars last year," he huffed. "And I'm pulling them again this year," snorted James, "because I finished all my jobs and I got to the yard first." Thomas was very unhappy. "It's not fair," he wheezed. He wanted to find a way to make James change his mind. James was on his way to collect the Sodor team, but he had to stop at a signal. Thomas puffed up next to him. "I've got an idea," tooted Thomas. "Why don't you take Sir Topham Hatt to the game? He will have the trophy. That's the best job. Then I can take the Sodor team cars for you." But James didn't want to take Sir Topham Hatt or the trophy. He thought wearing the team colors was much more exciting. Thomas tried to think of another way to make James change his mind.